There is another game that we have been playing recently, that is NBA Playgrounds. Don't know if you managed to listen to the show last week, Ben, but I'm actually enjoying it a lot more now.
Ah, awesome. No,
I've
I haven't had the chance to catch up on last week's
you,
episode, so
you,
I
you were caught
apologize.
you were caught up with some things, which is why you couldn't
Yeah.
get on last week. But yeah, I am actually enjoying the game a lot more. Still have my criticisms, but at the same time, I'm kind of getting used to the style and the concepts and everything, and I've been playing through the tournaments a little bit. Got stuck on the damn CP3 and Blake Griffin challenge in Paris. The game kind of screwed me over with some comeback logic there, combined with the perfect releases. Ooh, those dice rolls. They really got me that one. But the good thing is that there's a patch has come through on PC, and I believe actually just today that we're recording this has come through on PS4 and possibly X1 as well. But patch 1.1.0, and I think there might also be a patch 1.1.1, another minor fix on top of that, has come through. And just thought I'd run down some of the features. I haven't played the game yet because I just haven't downloaded the patch on PS4. Guess that'll happen next time I turn it on. It hasn't been turned on for a day or so. But some of the new features they've added, a challenge mode, which allows you to challenge other players to online matches, to play with friends. I mean, that's big. I talked about it with Kenny, and we talked about that the week before as well. So you do have the unranked challenges, ranked games. There's a toxicity system and a disconnection manager, which penalizes players for abandoning matches in any other way than surrendering. So again, if there's bad sports, you get punished, which I absolutely love for the idea of online gaming. I mean, that's been one of my pet peeves with playing basketball games online.
Yeah. Yeah, that's for sure. Although I'm starting to wonder if the way I played when I was playing the beta version, or stress test version was, would I get punished for the way that I played? So yeah, I guess I'll find out when I pick up the game. I'll probably get up next week or so.
It looks like it's only abandoning matches.
Oh, okay.
So you can shove as much as you like. It's just a lottery bar that'll cost you in that one.
Okay. So I'll trumpet that one.
5 new versions of Shaq from various teams in his career: Celtics, Heat, Suns, Cavs, and Magic. So in addition to the Lakers, which was already in the game, 15 new players added as well. On top of that, Dennis Rodman, Isaiah Thomas, Larry Bird, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Kenny Smith, Gary Payton, Klay Thompson, Devin Booker, Tony Parker, Kemba Walker, Seth Curry, Tony Archibald, John Starks, Tracy McGrady, and Pete Maravich. Some big names being added right there.
Oh yeah. So it's getting pretty good in terms of serious in terms of things like that. So yeah.
And I think glancing at those names, I think we've all at one point on some of the previous shows we've talked about NBA Playgrounds. They have been names that we've noted as being prominent absences, like Isaiah Thomas, Larry Bird, Antetokounmpo, Peyton, because we thought, Peyton and Kemp, what a great duo, But now you can do that. Klay Thompson, Devin Booker, Tony Parker. Tony Parker's a name we overlooked, actually. I think possibly when we, or maybe you brought it up. Maybe you or Kenny brought it up. I know I had forgotten that Parker wasn't in the game.
I think it would have been Kenny if that was the case, because that was probably last week.
Could have been. And Tracy McGrady, Pete Maravich. Yeah, I mean, those, if they said they were going to add more players, and they absolutely have. So that's great part of the post-release support. Here's a big one. They've added a shot meter to help find the perfect timing for shots and dunks.
Nice.
Steam Cloud save support, Steam Big Picture keyboard management. They've also adjusted shots to make the system more accessible and unified through all variations. Steal action was adjusted to better fit the intended gameplay. Now possible to perform a steal action when behind an opponent. That's big. 3-pointers no longer fill a lottery pick bar, which I guess that's why the lottery pick bar filled so quickly. While we were seeing so many bonuses happen, so I think that's a good change there myself. Increase the difficulty of 3-pointers, number of steals required, and some of the challenges, they've changed the numbers for the challenges. I'll let people read the patch notes on the side. And here's a good one. The inbound time was reduced to adjust it to the overall style of the game, so apparently there's no big wait now after a made basket. So they've really paid attention to the feedback, and I think they've done a real good job with that.
Yeah, and I think what I stressed, when we first talked about 2 weeks ago, was this is their first sort of, I guess I was just going to say foray into it, but first dive into the sort of genre in terms
Sure.
of things. So, you know, it was going to be a learning curve, and I'm glad that we haven't had to wait till like a second release game for a lot of like changes to happen in that. So the fact that they're doing it, and yeah, 2 weeks later, a fair amount of work's already gone into
Sure.
changing it, which is pretty
We have
pretty good stuff. So
it,
yeah,
it is. Yeah, we didn't have to wait for a Pump Up the Jam edition or anything like that to,
yeah.
to wait for it. I mean, post-release support in this day and age is a lot better
Pending,
than.
by the way.
Sorry,
Patent pending, by the way.
pending, of course, yes. I mean, but with the way post-release support is, as much as we hate the fact that day one patches are a thing, I also like. I mean, it's a shame that day one patches have to be a thing, but I'm glad that they are, so that we don't have to wait and have to petition developers to make patches like we used to. You remember back in the days of NBA Live 07, having to wait ages for a very small patch, the one patch that kind of fixed the issues. So yeah, the fact that the post-release support is as good as it is these days, that if there are issues, that we have that communication as gaming communities with the developers, that we can do that. Fantastic. And yeah, I'm looking forward to giving it a go, especially that shot meter. That's big as well.
Yeah, at least like the patch hasn't been like a Forza Horizon 3 one where you're re-downloading the game. So yeah, we can't complain in that.
Don't think it's a 7 gig patch either, so we're kind of
Yeah,
lucky.
yeah.
It's a 7 gig game actually, NBA Playground. So it's all
right. So it kind of technically would be a Forza type patch.
If it's a full version patch, yeah, it would be a Forza type patch. Don't have the size of it here. Might have to post that in the forum, but yeah, that is definitely great news. Looking forward to playing that a little bit more. And now that we've got to play with friends, you, Kenny, and I, and other friends, X and perhaps Leo, if he gets into it, yeah, we can all challenge each other now and not have to wait for random matchups, and which you really need these days. So yeah, I mean, congratulations, good on you, Saber Interactive, for doing this.
Yeah, it's good to see the hard work in post release support, and especially in such an early stage. So, yeah,
definitely dedication to it, and yeah, hopefully they keep pushing through some patches. If these adjustments, if they need further ones, then so much the better. And we've seen some of the 2K patches mess things up, but at the same time, that the 2K is on top of things. Hopefully, EA, when Live comes back, and Saber Interactive, listening to gamer feedback, so crucial, and to be able to push through those updates. Substantial updates, and design games in a way that they can tweak all these things. So imperative, so important these days. So, yep, hats off to you, Saber Interactive, and yeah, looking forward to NBA Playground's getting a lot better. So, yeah, good stuff.
I wonder if it'd be interesting if we could get one of the developers of Saber to join our podcast one time.
Worth reaching out, I suppose.
Yeah,
we can but try.
Yep, that's true.
I just won't mention some of my early reviews and complaining, maybe. So, I'm a Jam fanboy from back in the day. You don't understand. No, I mean, that is actually the other thing about a lot of developers. I mean, you talk about some of the feedback that they get, and it's not always positive, certainly, but not always friendly or civil, and yet they still address it and take it on board, and they're calm about it. It kind of inspires me within the modding community and my articles and everything else, and the podcast, everything else, to kind of be able to cut through some of the BS and to get to the actual feedback and say, okay, I hear what you're saying, and sort of bring the conversation into a calm and civil place. So, yeah. It's I do admire developers for that across many different studios. You sort of see that, so it's very impressive. That attitude and that Zen nature, I guess.